Chris from the Droning Company here, doing interviews a little bit differently today. I'll be off camera. We're joined by Kevin Morris, the UAV communications expert for the Federal Aviation Administration. Kevin, thanks so much for being interviewed today. Tell us a little bit about what you do for the FAA, and we also have a few questions for you.
All right, this sounds great. Thanks for having me. What I do with the FAA is I work in our Office of Communications, making sure that when we talk about drones, that we're doing it in a way that everybody understands so that the message we want to send is received and it makes for a safer drone community.
Now, there are some pieces of information out there that I'm sure everybody's excited to hear from somebody on the inside of the FAA about. First and foremost, Part 107. Recently, you released some new standards for the initial knowledge test and the recurrent knowledge test. Can you tell us a little bit more about those changes?
Sure. So there's a couple different options if you're looking to get your remote pilot certificate, or as a lot of people say, their Part 107 certificate. If you do not hold a current pilot certificate under Part 61, so flying traditional aircraft, you'll need to go to a knowledge testing center and take the test. That part pretty much has remained the same. But the big advancement we were able to do about a year and a half ago was we were able to take the recurrent test. So those that already have remote pilot certificates now can go online, take our course on FAAsafety.gov, and reestablish their currency for the next 2 years. So that has been a very well-received update we've done for Part 107 pilots.
Now, I know there's also been some implementation for certification for hobbyist pilots as well. Can you tell us about that?
Sure, so I'm going to remove the word certification from this because what we do with our hobbyists, or what we like to call recreational flyers, is we provide them with a basic knowledge and safety test. We call that the recreational UAS safety test. And it is actually a requirement for any recreational drone pilot flying under Section 44809, this is the exception for limited recreational operations, that they take and complete this test. Now, nobody should freak out about it because what we've done is we've made that test completely free, completely online, and takes maybe 15 to 25 minutes depending on how quickly you read through the test. When you're done, it prints out a certificate that you can carry with you on paper form or digital form. But it's a great way for people just kind of getting into flying drones. They want to do it for fun, to understand what the basic rules are and how they can fly safely.
Tell us a little bit about remote ID. That's coming down the pipeline, and a lot of people have their eyes on what's going on with that because it's going to affect a lot of pilots. Can you tell us a little bit more about what to expect?
So we're coming up on a couple big milestone dates for remote ID. The first one is actually this month. So September 16th of this year, 2022, is when we start to require manufacturers who are producing drones to be sold in the United States to start manufacturing them with remote ID capability. A year from that, so for the operator, for the drone pilot, in September 16th of 2023 is when they'll be required to start using remote ID. And remote ID is much like a digital license plate for your drone. It's going to provide some information on where that drone is flying, where the control station is, but it doesn't give out any of your personal information. It's a system that we use to help make sure the airspace stays safe and secure.
All right, last question for real this time. If somebody came to you and was looking to become a Part 107 pilot but didn't really know how to get started, what would be the biggest piece of advice you could offer them?
Well, this is a great opportunity for me to plug our own website here. You can go to FAA.gov/UAS, and that is a great kickoff point for anybody wanting to know more about drones. What type of drones what type of drone pilot they want to be, what type of drone rules they're going to be operating under, all sorts of questions. We have FAQs, and if you don't get enough information there, you can reach out to any one of our FAA Safety Team drone pros. You can find them at FAAsafety.gov, and if you still are looking for information, please email us at uashelp@faa.gov.
The Droning Company is a job agency for drone pilots which also incorporates a high-end magazine about the industry. So people search this when they're looking for a drone pilot. They talk to the pilot directly, but either via email or phone. We're not involved, we don't take commissions. Never have, never will.